안녕하세요 여러분, 이완입니다. It's been a while since I said that. Like it's been a long while since I said that, and like I kind of miss it. So I was planning on just doing like something like a live. It's not real life, but I'm not thinking of editing this video much. So let's say it will probably be something like a live. First of all, I wanted to show you the beautiful toys I got, like when I went to McDonald's. And okay, so I got the car, and then recently I got the hedgehog. I think it's called like that in English. So I'm very happy because I discovered like these cute toys when I went with my friends tonight. Like basically we're just going there to buy some food for another friend, and I already brought my own food, but I discovered this, so it was in my mind and I really wanted to go back and get them. And this month I got both of them. This one before Kamsa and this one yesterday. And also another thing that I really enjoy doing and I highly recommend you doing is getting a notebook and write things like ideas. I used to do this when I was a child, like when I was very young. I used to have a notebook and write songs I like and a lot of things. Just like we remembered. I unlocked this memory. I have completely forgot about it. And recently I have been using it for writing like book, because I've been writing a book, but haven't finished it yet. I started probably like a month ago, more than a month ago, like 2 months ago, more or less. And basically it's almost finished. I mean, I want to finish it, but just because I want it to be finished, not because I don't feel like this story is going to like provide something to my life. It's not that deep, it's not that but I just wanted it to be finished so that I can say I've finished the project I've started. And I've been thinking of like recently I would like to give some advices to other people. Like I'm 24 years old now, and there's a lot of things, if I could go back in time, I would just do it in a different way. I feel like I'm not the person I used to be at all. Like I'm completely a different person now. And when I think back, like when I was in high school, even when I was at university, I don't recognize myself there. Like it's like a different life, 100% different life. And I would have known all things I know now so that I could have made things in a different way. Even I know probably all the things I made had led me to point I'm in my life now. But I feel this big disconnection between the person I used to be and the person I'm now, that it's difficult for me to believe that because I did all these things I end up being like this, because it's 100% different person. And now that I'm 24, I've been thinking of a lot of advices I would tell myself, like my 16-year-old self or 14-year-old self, like 10 years ago me in the past, that probably would have changed the mindset, like the way I used to think and the way I think now. Let's say before I used to pay attention to, I got really stressed by everything. Like literally, everything stressed me out. Now, I still get stressed, but It's more like anxiety. Like, I don't get stressed because of things that happen, like important things. Now I'm able of solving them because I know being stressed solves nothing. Now I get stressed because of things that are not that important, and I should work on that a lot. And I'm working on that. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself, like, just don't worry about everything that much. Like, there is a problem, solve it. And if you need help, just ask for help. And even if you don't need help yet, and you think you're gonna be able of doing it on your own, I would highly suggest people asking for help, even if they don't need help right now. Because it's easier to reject help once you have been offered it or once you have found it, because you have been able of solving the problem before. That asking for help once problem is like this big and you can do nothing. And it's like, if you had asked for help before, could have been solved. Probably you could have solved it on your own, probably, or not. But if you were able of solving it, okay, you can just say, okay, I just don't need help anymore, thank you, I really appreciate it. If you don't ask for help, though, when people try helping you, probably you will even be super disconnected from your own feelings. This happened to me, like, last year. The past year has been very difficult for me. Like, I disconnect of a lot of my emotions and feelings because I was very afraid of feeling. I'm very afraid of being hurt. I'm very afraid of feeling. So I just decided to, like, not validating my feelings anymore and just ignore them. And that was the worst thing I could have done. But at that point, it made sense to me somehow. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. But I can understand why I reacted like that. So makes sense somehow. Even it doesn't. And yeah, just ask for help no matter what. Like, doesn't matter if it's something small or big. Like, let's say you could not copy the whole blackboard, like, in class, and you can just ask for help to someone, like, hey, is it okay if you let me your notes so I can copy mine? Instead of waiting for the following day for the review in class to be done, so that you will be more stressed because you can't copy a new one and the old one all at the same time. For instance, even small things, just ask for help, because you don't know, like, people that love you are willing to help you. And when you help someone you love, you feel very happy because you see them happy and you feel useful and you feel you're important for them because they trust you. They trusted you asking you to help them. So it's exactly the same way around. If you ask for help to people you love and people that love you, you will feel like you really care about them because you were able of trusting them. So I think that's important. It's something I haven't thought about. Like, I haven't thought about it. But now, thinking it deeply makes a lot of sense. Yeah. That's first advice. Second advice is, don't wait to happy things or good things, a perfect moment to happen. Because always is going to be weekends and weeks, and you can't live for the weekend. You need to always live for the week. What I mean with this is probably, like, you can be looking for, like, something very special to happen, or looking for a weekend, like, for that party to arrive. Once the party arrives, it's gone. And you only, like, enjoy that day. But my recommendation is to look for beautiful things every day, so that you always have something happy to celebrate about every day, and not only focusing on that party that is going to be coming. Also focus on which good things are happening today, which good things are going to happen today, which plans do I have today, and which things do I want to do today. And even if you don't have a plan, for instance, just being here talking about like things I think and things I didn't know I thought about, but I thought about them. Just reflecting about life, like just thinking about things you enjoy, things you like, things that make you happy, things like that. That could be a good thing that can happen to you. And you also need to look for good things inside of you. Like, which good things do I have? Am I good at dancing? Am I good at writing? Am I good at drawing? Spoiler, I'm not. But do I enjoy writing? Do I enjoy reading? Do I enjoy drawing? Even if I'm not good at doing it, then just do it. Another advice, you don't need to do things that you're good at doing. You can also do things you like doing even if you're not good at doing them. It took me a while to realize, and I think dancing is the thing I've done for the longest period of time that I was not good at doing. When I started dancing, I don't know if I have talked about this like deeply. I always liked sports, like since I was very young, and I did gymnastics. I think I have talked about this before. I mean, I'm okay about this, so I'm good talking about it. But at the same time, probably not that good about it. Like, still hurts a little. I think the person I was when I did gymnastics and playing violin and singing in the choir and studying music, that word is very connected to the word to the word I'm living now. But what happened in between is the part of my life that I'm not connected to. And that makes sense to me. Because thinking about it now, I was the kid that was always running and doing gymnastics and sports and swimming and running and everything. And music and singing and dancing and yeah. Then something happened to me, like I had an injury on my back, and it's supposed to still be there. Like, it's not something that is going away. It improved. Before, I used to need like wearing inside of my sneakers like small platform, because my back is like this. Well, not in this part, but in the down part of my back. It goes like this and then it's like this. So one of my legs is longer, like this one is longer than this one, not because it's longer, but because my back is twisted. So I had to stop doing gymnastics. I had to stop doing like playing violin, and because of that, just quit singing in the choir and stopped like music completely. And I haven't one like before high school, and then I looked for some ways of maybe related with music. Like I started YouTube channel. The first one, it's been a while. It's been a long while. Probably that part of my life is also connected to this part of my life in a way. I've always created content for YouTube, for TikTok, for then Instagram, then I don't know, just creating content for my whole life. Like I started creating content when I was 13, 13, 14, probably 13, 14. So it's been 10 years since I started in social media thing. First I sang. I did covers, like music covers, singing covers, then piano covers and guitar covers, and really enjoyed it. But then copyright arrived, and I had to stop. Like I was not earning money. Like I was not earning money from that, so I could have just continued. But I decided stopping because I was not that happy doing that anymore, so I just stopped. And then what I did was started dancing. Started dancing, and first, like, because this injury, like, I was cured or it improved, so I could just stop this treatment and I could run again and I could do gymnastics again and everything. But the flexibility of my body has not been developed, and back then had not been developed yet, so that made it difficult for me to go back to gymnastics, and I just swam for like 6-7 years of my life. So I just decided to stop gymnastics, now coming back to music studying and continuing studying high school and English. I studied English for my whole life, like since I was 6. Yeah. That's good decision, I think. One of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, studying English, I think so. Languages. But because I love them, I think so. So yeah, I don't know why I was talking about this. So random. I don't know. But yeah, basically just another advice would be just do things you love. And if you can't do some of the things you love, look for another thing you love and do it. Exactly. You can do things you like even if you're not good at them. When I came back to dancing, I was not good at dancing at all. Like, I had not danced like properly my whole life. And I was in gymnastics. It was not dancing. It was more like cheerleading, something like that. So I think I just thought, okay, I like dancing. I don't know why, but I really like it. So I'm just gonna give it a try. And I started dancing Latin dance in an academy. And I was terrible. I was very bad, dancing very bad. And afterwards, I stopped there and I discovered K-pop. And the person I was before when I discovered K-pop has nothing to do with the person I'm now. Like, but nothing. Like, I'm so surprised, but for real, nothing to do with the person I'm now. And it's surprising to me. Because, like, it's the same word, like K-pop. Like, Korean music and everything. I think probably it's because I don't really know why. I truly don't know why. But I'm happier. I got to be how I am now. And yeah, it was cool. It was very cool. I really liked K-pop. Stopped because I had like an eating disorder and I had to quit. And I quit for, I'm not sure, like from September 2019, September 2019 to pandemic, exactly, to pandemic. I did not record any video and I stopped uploading and I continued dancing, but I had not a lot of energy, so I just quit. And afterwards pandemic came, so I started dancing again. It was very bad again. It was very bad. I continued, and a lot of times, I used to be the kind of person that used to say, I don't like dancing because I'm not good at dancing, and I never give up. I continue, and when it was 2021, 21, I came up with the idea of starting K-pop lessons in an academy, and I improved a lot. I mean, the basics I learned them there, and I learned super fast, and I continued learning on my own. So back then I was learning on my own and also in the academy. And then I quit academy because I had to, I've been in the academy just for 8 months. Like October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 8 months there. I was not there in May, I was not there in June. And I continued learning on my own, and it was last year. No, 2 years ago. I'm so confused. Oh, exactly. I started 2021, but I finished 2022, so it was last year. And I could say, like, since last year, I'm very happy with the results I got with my dancing and with, like, everything I learned and everything I improved. Like, by watching videos of last year, like on TikTok recommendations. This year, like, this day last year, or this day 2 years ago, I checked them and it's like, even I was able of dancing in a decent way, it's still so messy, and like choreographies are, like, movements are not clean enough. I could have done it better, but it's okay because that was the better I could have done. So I think it's okay. Like, it's cool. Yeah, so I'm happy about it. Another recommendation I would give: don't compare yourself with anyone. Just look for your true self and be your true self. Because if you compare, I spent a lot of time comparing myself to all the people around, and I tried being like them, and I never fit, and I never felt like myself. This is the most myself I have ever felt in my whole life, in my 24 years. So don't compare yourself to anyone, and not even to yourself. Like, you can use your past experiences to, it's not justify. Like, people say, like, yeah, you're like this because you have lived all these things. I'm not sure. Like, I'm really not sure. Like, would I be like I am now if I had not experienced all the things I have experienced in my life? I don't know. How would I be? I don't know. But yeah. Okay, some other advices. Your life is not only qualifications. Your life is something more. And I discovered this after I took a very important exam, in which I got a, let's say, 25 out of 100. And it was a very important exam. It was the exam that if I had passed it without good qualification, I would have had a job for forever. And okay, like, I did not pass it. Am I happy now that I did not pass it? I'm very happy. If I had passed it, I will not have been as happy as I am now in my current life. And I'm extremely happy I failed that exam. Truly happy. For real. 100. So, and having a lot of money doesn't make you more successful, and also doesn't make you happier. I wouldn't be happy if I had more money, because I had a balance in between my private life and my working life, and I don't want to have more working hours. I feel happy with the amount of hours I have right now, and I'm very happy of the job I'm working in. And I'm very happy it has something to do with what I studied. Even I used to complain because I got really stressed. Yeah, I get stressed, of course, but I will get stressed no matter what the situation is. So I'm very happy I can work in something I like, and I'm very happy I can, like, just like help other people like learning. And also like when I see my students, I think, I don't know, it's like I'm very lucky I can teach people that want to learn languages, and that's very cool. I think I always thought about I'm going to be a teacher, but I never made myself question like, am I going to be able to be a teacher? I never doubted. I was 100% sure I was going to be there. And when I failed the exam, I was like, okay, probably I'm not going to be. But did you just went like this for a minute and then it disappeared, and I was like, okay, what I'm going to do now with my life? That used to be my question back then. But I got this job and I'm very happy about it. And yeah, I don't have a lot of money. I don't. But it's like that. If I had more money, I would work more. If I worked more, I would have less time for dancing. If I had less time for dancing, I will not be happy, because dancing is the thing, like the activity I like doing the most. And I'm very frustrated because I could not become something related with music. And yeah, I mean, that's why I say it still hurts talking about this topic, because it still hurts. But sometimes we need to talk about things that hurt, and to realize why they still hurt us and what can we do to feel better about them. And yeah, just understand yourself. So take yourself on dates, don't compare yourself. Money is not everything, qualifications are not everything. Enjoy moment, don't look for a perfect moment, because perfect moment doesn't exist. Literally, if you look for a perfect moment, right now there's not a perfect moment. Why? There's no light. There's no like solar light, so I'm using artificial light. Does that make a moment less perfect? It's up to you. You can think if you want the moment not to be perfect because of that, if you want to enjoy a moment and look for the perfect things in the imperfection. And I'm very happy, like, I don't know, it's like, I usually complain about everything, and I'm usually very, like, anxious about the things that happen in my life. I never, like, try to think about things I really value. And more advices I could give you, more advices. Do things even if you're afraid. If you're afraid about doing them, do them being afraid. That's a sentence in a film, like, not sure of the title in English. I can search it and eventually talk about this again, but it's just about, it's just like, I'm afraid, then do it even if you're afraid. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're afraid, just do things. You can't be stopped in life because you're afraid. I'm afraid of a lot of things, and I still do them. And I'm very happy I still do them, because even if I'm afraid, I still do the things that make me feel afraid. And that's good, because that means being afraid does not stop me. Like, being afraid does not stop us of living. That's cool. That's very cool. Like, I don't know. And for instance, I'm going to be going on a trip following week. I'm scared. Like, if this is 10, I'm to the top. But what do? I'm very scared. I'm going to spend 3 nights outside home, completely alone. I'm going to be in a room with 5 more people sleeping there, people that I don't know. And in the place, they say there are insects and that they bite you. And I don't know any restaurant. I don't know where do I have to take buses to move around the island. And I don't know how to take a plane on my own. I'm going to be catching two flights on my own, the one to go and the one to come back. I need to do checking online. I need to everything on my own. The most time I've spent outside home alone 100% is like 12 hours, 13 hours, and I went home exhausted. And yeah, so I'm going to be outside home in several cities that I've just been there twice, and I have not been there since I was 9 years old. And am I gonna be okay? Yes, I'm going to be okay. Am I afraid? I'm very afraid. Do I want to do this? Yes. What's the purpose of the trip? What's the purpose of it? The only purpose of this trip is doing something alone and finishing it on my own, no help. And yeah, I mean, I know the other advice was to ask for help when you need it. Well, this situation will lead me to the point that if I really need help, I will ask for help to people of the hostel, from people of restaurants, from people of street, from people of my family online. I will find a way to ask for help. And if I'm able of looking for a way of looking for help, I'm able of solving all situations that I'm going to encountering from the first moment I'm alone in the airport to the last moment that I'm coming back home on my own. If I'm able of surviving that thing, I'm going to be able of doing way more things than I expected. I can just be stopped because I've never done that. Okay, if I have never done that, probably it's time for me doing those things. And I'm very scared and I'm very sad at the same time. I think it's going to be an interesting experience. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy it. Do I still need to do it? Yes. Why? Because if I don't do it, I will always regret not doing something on my own. And I need to do things on my own. And I need to learn how to do things on my own. And I need to learn how to take care of myself far beyond going to McDonald's. Yeah, and that's how life works. And that's it. There's anything else I can say about this topic. Like, just the things you're scared of doing, and do them. Even if you're extremely scared, and do them, and you will notice that nothing bad happens. Because what's the worst thing that can happen? I get lost. I'm gonna be lost all the time, because literally I'm not gonna be able of knowing where I am all the time. So, okay, what's the difference between being lost in a map and being lost? I will find a way of coming back, and that's the only thing that should matter to me. And I just need to prepare my luggage, small thing, not a lot of things, everything together. Always carry my things with me, and being careful, and that's it. And I think I truly think I'm going to be okay, but I truly think I'm going to be very scared, and that's going to be an experience, and I need the experience. So that's the reason why I'm gonna be doing that. Another thing I will recommend you, and another advice is, don't say you don't like it up until you try it just because you think you don't like it if you haven't tried it. There's a lot of things I thought I didn't like them, and once I tried them, I said, okay, I really like this. Why did I say I don't like it? Just because I had one bad experience? Give it a second try. Too bad experience? Then probably don't try it again. But if second experience of the same topic, you like it, probably it wasn't because you didn't like that thing. It's because you had a very bad experience, and it's not your fault. And don't force yourself. Like, another advice, like, don't force yourself. If you're not able of doing something first time, even if you try doing that a lot, relax. There's a lot of time for you doing things. You don't need to do everything. At the same time, as other people do them, another advice similar to not compare yourself. Don't compare your rhythm of living to other people's rhythms of living. This means don't compare money they get to earn every month. Don't compare yourself to a pleasure living to a pleasing life. Don't compare the age they have when they find their first job to the age you have if you're unemployed. Don't compare yourself to the age they find their lives to the age you found the love of your life. Don't compare yourself to anything of anyone, and just think, okay, if this did not work here, it's because the piece was not here. The piece is another. The puzzle is too big. This piece was not in the sea. This piece, even if it's blue still, is for the sky. So there's a lot of different kind of blues. You are confused. It's not for the sea. It's for the sky. That's the best metaphor I can think about when trying to explain something like this. And not advice, don't regret things you did because you really felt like you wanted to do them at that moment, or because you really thought that was the correct time for doing those things. Truly, don't regret them. I will regret them for you. Like, the you of your future will regret them for you, but you should not regret anything you did. Why? Because experiences, you can regret things you do. At the same time, like, you can regret the results you got from things you've done, but you can't regret things you did. Because if you regret things you did, it's like you're regretting your life. You're regretting your decisions. You're regretting the only possibility you had to came across a problem you faced when you were 16, 17. You can't regret your life. You need to move on and continue and everything. Truly thought I will not have things to talk about, but I'm realizing I have a lot of things to talk about, and that's the reason why I really wanted to do this podcast thing. It's not really a podcast, it's just me talking non-stop. And I don't know, I really enjoy it. I really like talking non-stop, and that's cool. Like, that's cool because I know myself, and I know talking about things that happen in my life, or things that I think of, things that I feel, helps me healing myself. So if I can help someone that listens to this video by, I don't know, one idea of the video, and at the same time I'm helping myself, that's enough. That's more than enough. And even if no one sees the video ever, I can still help myself doing something in life. And advice: do things for you, and don't do things for other people. And do the things you really enjoy doing. And you don't need to, as long as you're not hurting people, like, you don't need to, like, I don't know how to explain this. Let's say you want to get into a school of art. Everyone tells you, don't do that, you should go to a school of, I don't know, medicine. You hate medicine. Go to a school of art. People can be mad at you for not choosing the decision they chose for you. They can be, I know. How long are they gonna be angry with you? Once they see you're happy, once they see you're being successful in things you like, once they see you're doing things you love, are they gonna still be angry with you because you chose the incorrect decision, or are they gonna be happy because they really see that you're feeling happy with the decisions you made? Probably the second one. And if they chose the first one, I don't know. I mean, I know this topic is very controversial. It's just my opinion. And probably because I'm a very independent person. And also because I've been raised, like, race. Like, yeah, I grew up in an environment in which I could do like everything I wanted. I could study everything I wanted. Not because of money, but because of, if this is your decision, just do it. And they always support me. And I know some other people prefer like the decisions of their parents over theirs. That's also acceptable. But my recommendation is that if you truly like something, choose it and do it. And that's how life worked for me. And that's how life is working for me. And I ask for advice, and I sometimes follow it, and I say I should not have followed it. But it was my decision following it. No one forced me to choose a path. And I think that's cool. I know not everyone has that possibility. But I don't know. I mean, it's just different perspectives of life. And I know not everyone is gonna agree with things I'm saying. And it's not about agreeing, it's like a discussion. Let's say it's like I have my ideas, you have your ideas. We talk about it. It's like if we were chatting. Yeah. That's my advice in life. And of course you can be wrong afterwards. You can be wrong in your decisions and another path. There's a lot of paths. More advices. If you like makeup, wear makeup. If you don't like makeup, don't wear makeup. If you like short hair, cut it. If you don't like short hair, don't cut it. If you like skirts, wear skirts. If you don't like skirts, don't wear skirts. If you like taking pictures and recording videos, do it. Even if you're in a crowded place and everyone is gonna be looking at you while you vlog. And you're gonna keep memories, you're gonna keep videos, you're gonna keep photos. And what they're gonna keep? They're gonna forget you, probably. Or they even gonna ask you like, oh, what's your social media? Because probably not everyone that looks at you is thinking you're awful. Probably most of the people that look at you in street thinks, oh, that person's so cool. What would they be doing that? Like, why are they doing that? Why are they like, you know? So, don't think everyone is talking about you. And don't try being good for other people to feel less than you. That's awful. Don't do that, please don't do that. And it's okay to spend a lot of money on clothing, on a specific clothing if you really like it, if you're gonna wear it over and over again, rather than buying same amount of money in a lot of cheap clothing that you're not gonna be wearing never. So me of the past, I'm regretting you going to a street market and buying things we're never gonna wear again and probably are not even in our house anymore. And I'm happy that me of the present went to Pull&Bear and got the cute brown beige outfit that you really liked, and you bought it and you spent 36 euros. I know 36 euros seem like nothing, but 36 euros? It's like 4 hours of private lessons. That's a lot of money. You know 4 hours? You know what 4 hours talking non-stop mean? A lot. A lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of ideas and planning. So yeah, a lot. But I did it and that's good. And another thing, don't have a lot of things just because you find need it. No, you don't need it. You're not gonna need it. Right now we still have there a big part of the, well, it's not a big part, it's like something like this, or something like this, full of clothing we're never gonna wear again, and we both know. And also we have a small part here on the desk that is also not gonna be used, and we both know, you know, I know, everyone knows, and I still keep it just in case. And also there we have some things that we are not using anymore. What does it mean? We need to get rid of those things and just keep things we're really using. And I gave away a lot of clothing I was not using anymore, and I don't miss it. I just have clothing I like, with the colors I like. I only use black, brown, blue, white, and then black, blue, brown, white, and purple, red. And that's it. That's the only colors I wear. So I'm only gonna be owning the colors I wear because that are the only items I wear. Why would I have more things? And even so, I still have things I know I'm not gonna wear. And when 2 months pass, if I have not worn those things, I'm gonna give them away. Why? Because I don't feel like I want to be attached to material things. I feel like I want to live freely and in a minimalistic way, and that's a cool thing though. That's very cool. Okay, more advices. If you don't want to go out, or if you don't want to be with certain person, like friends or relationships, say no. It's so easy. No, I don't want to meet with you. No, I'm busy. No, you said something bad about me, so I'm not gonna meet with you because you're not a good friend. Easy, right? Okay, it wasn't easy for me before. It's easy for me now. It's not easy for me to say no, but I just disappear. I just ghost people. Ghosting probably is gonna be an advice I would give when I get 30 years old. I would probably say to my old self, don't ghost people, it's so bad, it's so mean. Just say your feelings. But right now, the only way of dealing with my emotions and getting rid of situations I don't really like is just ghosting people. I ghosted a lot of people, a lot of friends, and that was my way of finishing the relationship with those people. And do I regret it? No, I don't regret it. Right now, for me, ghosting is very cool. I mean, especially because I only ghost people that had made some harm to me, like not physical harm, but like in the way I said, they say something bad about me, or they insist on something and I say no, I don't want to meet, or I don't want to go there, or I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And I just say I'm very busy, I stop talking to them, and at the end I block them, or I don't block them, just stop following them, and I remove their following from my account, and that's how it finishes, like ignoring their text, and at the end unfollow. I mean, it is what it is. You can stick to a situation in which you're being not respected by the other person, and they don't want to notice because they really notice but don't want to notice. So you just need to disappear from them, like give them some distance and then goodbye. It's like that, it's like that for me right now. Probably in the future I find a way of being more direct and telling people I feel bad, because it probably, I mean, I only do that with people I really care about. Like I tell them, I've been feeling mad with you because of this. Not in an arguing mode, but in a discussion mode. Like, I really need to talk about this. And my feelings have been hurt because something you said, something you did. I don't really like how the situation is going. But when I do that, it's because I really care about that person. I want to look for a solution together, and I really want to stay being friends with that person. If I truly don't care about that person, I truly feel that the relationship with that person is not worth it, I just don't insist. I just disappear. And for me, that's why I ghost people, and that's the only way. And I've done that for a long period of time, and I've been in a perfectionism mode for the past years, and isn't that? What else? What else could I say? Don't let other people's opinions affect you, especially if you have not asked for an advice or for an opinion. And this comes to way of, you've gained weight, you should be wearing longer trousers, you should be wearing makeup, you should be having your hair long, you should be having your nails cut, you should be having your nails painted. Why? Why? The conception a person has over you, in this case over me, has nothing to do with me. It's what you think about. Keep thinking it. I can stop you from thinking what you think about me, but your thought about me is not the reality. The only reality I have is my own. And yeah, you could have a perception of me and a thought of me, like, but the way you perceive me is not real world. Like, you should have this appearance, you should have, doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I don't know. What else? What other advices could I give you? I'm not really sure if I had already said 24 advices. My idea was to say 24 advices. Probably what I'd edit, watch this video. I will be counting them and like putting 1, 2, 3, or not. We don't know. But yeah. Okay, what else? Like, don't let other people's opinions affect your likes and dislikes. Like, if someone said, for instance, this thing, I'm 24 years old. You know how happy I am of having the toys of the McDonald's thing? I'm super happy, like, very happy. And if someone says, that's too childish, and like, I'm not hurting anyone by doing things I like and by liking things I like, but you are hurting me by telling me things you think just because it doesn't match your, how is it called, like, yeah, like your beliefs and your, so I think the person that should stop saying things that are bad is you, because I've not hurt anyone. But there's a lot of people that always have to say something. Another advice, there's always people that's gonna have to say something. This could be an advice from me to me from the past, but me from the past last month. Even if a person is being mean to you, random person, breathe. Like, I had a very, I'm feeling angry just by thinking about this. I have not talked about this like on social media yet, but doesn't matter. Like, it's not that important. I'm gonna be angry if I think about it, so I'm just gonna stop thinking about it. What else? Another advice would be, like, you don't need to fit anywhere. Like, you don't need to fit in any box. Boy, girl, you don't need to fit there. You need to fit in any box, like tall, short. You don't need to look for tags to tag you. I'm short. I'm tall. You're comparing yourself to other people. I'm short in comparison to what? I'm tall in comparison to what? I'm far, I'm thin in comparison to what? Where's the limit? As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not being mean with anyone, as long as you're not hurting yourself, as long as something legal, as long as something good, like, why should you be stopped of doing something you love just because other people think, no? Like, you don't need to fit. And this is a general, like, advice I would give to anyone, but especially to me. I did not need to fit anywhere, and I was desperate to fit everywhere. And why? Like, literally right now, I don't fit in any thing. Like, I don't fit in any thing. It is the coolest thing I could have ever experienced. I never thought I would have never thought I would have been that happy without fitting anywhere. And I'm very happy, I'm extremely happy. I've been myself, and I'm very proud of the person I am, and I'm very proud of liking what I like and loving what I love and doing what I do. And I would have never been this person if I had been continue being stuck the person I used to be before, the people I used to be before, friends I used to be before, relationships I used to be before with. I will not be me. Like, in my case, it's not that I'm like I am because of all the things I have lived. It's that I am as I am because I stopped living the things I were living. And I think that's another way of thinking, like, probably, yes, probably this is something. It's very cool. Another advice. Wear solar cream, like sun cream. Sun cream. When you go to the swimming pool, please wear sun cream. Thank you. My back will appreciate it in 2023. Because you have not learned a lesson. You have not learned a lesson. Yeah. And what else? Not really sure if I have more advices. I've been recording for like about 1 hour. It's extremely a lot. Like, it's completely dark now, and it was a lot of sun before when I started recording. I like summer, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Like, usually it's like winter, fall is like more nostalgic, more sad. I feel more sad during summer. I don't know why. But it's like, yeah, holidays, yeah, camping, yeah, I don't know, campsite, yeah, traveling, sun, more hours of light, longer days. I feel more lonely during summer, way more lonely during summer. During winter, I like it. I don't care, like, if at 5 in the afternoon it's already night, and if, I don't know, I really like the vibe during fall and winter. But I like summer too. I really like summer. But not a lot. I don't like summer that much. I truly don't like summer that much. Well, I mean, another advice would be not to look for perfection, but it's really similar to not wait to look for the perfect moment. In general, don't look for perfection. You don't need to be perfect. It doesn't matter if you're This way you stained. Doesn't matter if your nails are not painted. It doesn't matter if you broke a nail. It doesn't matter if your makeup is so perfect. It doesn't matter if, I don't know, it's not the perfect moment. It doesn't matter. What really matters is that you're happy. And I love being happy in imperfection. I'm the happiest in imperfection. And I know even in perfection I will not be this happy. Because I've been in perfection, I've been in perfection, in the perfection word, in the perfect environment. I've lived that life for so many years. I lived in a perfect life, 100% perfect life, and that was the most imperfect thing I could have ever imagined in my whole life. I was so unhappy while being perfect, and it was the moment that I decided, okay, that's it. I'm not perfect, and I love it. I truly love it, and I don't know, it's the coolest thing. Don't look for imperfection in yourself. Like, I know some people think I'm ugly, my nose is too big, my feet are too big, I'm not tall enough, my voice is not deep enough, my chest is not flat enough. I know, because I'm there. But I mean, I know how it feels like to be dysphoric with your body and all that stuff. I know, because I'm there. I've been there, and I will probably be there. But I think it's very cool, like extremely cool. In my case, I'm very happy with how do I look. And even if people address to me in a way I'm not that comfortable with, like, not because they've treated me bad, but when it comes to gender, okay? When it comes to gender and they misgender me, I don't feel happy. But at the moment, I don't feel happy at the moment. But if I deeply think about it, surely, if I changed something in my body, will be for them to perceive me in a way I want to be perceived. And it's just my case. I know so many people really need that change for them to be okay. In my case, yes, I sometimes a lot feel bad with my body, but at the end of the day, why do I feel bad? Because I have been misgendered in the street? Because I hate my body? No, I don't hate my body. I feel bad because people misgender me. But I think people should understand that a body, like a male's body, can look like mine, and a male's body can look like a cis male's body, and a girl's body can look like mine, and a girl's body can look like a trans girl's body. And it works like that. That's why I think, for me, it works not to listen to other people's things, like what they say to me, like, just listen to them. I mean, of course, a lot of times it hurts, but truly, if I look myself in the mirror, do I hate my body? Why can't this be the body of the person I am? Why do I need to change it? When I truly don't want to change it. Yeah, it would be cool to change it. Would be cool to have it since always. I'm I wouldn't be I don't know. I would like to have another body, probably. Do I really like my body? I love my body a lot. So yeah. So that's the advice for me to myself of the past, and for everyone that is going to this situation and this exact case can help them. You don't need to change your body if what you're looking for is to people to accept you and people to treat you in a certain way, because they're not gonna they're not gonna they're gonna still, I mean, some people will, and also some people will address you in the way you want to be perceived and addressed, even if you change nothing, even if you remain as you are, just because they truly love you and they truly accept you and they truly. So that's why for me it works. And I know if I would be changing my body, it would be for people to accept me and for people to say, to address me the way I perceive myself. But it's the same as I said before, the opinion they have about me has nothing to do with me, because it's their opinion, and what they think is what they think, and I don't care about it. They can say I'm blonde, for instance. If I know I'm not blonde, I'm not. So they can still say I'm blonde because they want to say I'm blonde, but I'm not. So they can start saying I'm something, and if I know I'm not that thing, I'm not gonna believe them, even if they still think that thing, because it's not true. So is that how it works? Yes, that's the way it works. Works for me. Works for me. I mean, I know there's 100,000,000 infinite cases, and each person has their own circumstances, and I know. But I'm sharing my experience with you, like just my thoughts of my own experience. I mean, okay, another thing is that another advice is don't think you don't have value because of what other people said to you. Like let's say you have a friend and the friend stops talking to you because you have good qualifications. That happened to me. I know it's super random, but yeah, a person, well, group people, they always did that. When qualification time came, they always stopped talking to me because they were very jealous of my qualifications, and then they came back following that because they needed me to explain them things, and I was so that I always accepted them back again because they were my friends. They were not your friends. They were not your friends. They were trying to use you. How were those friends? Like, which kind of friends did you thought you were having? Like, why did you thought that's many of friends? Have a lot of dates with yourself. Learn what you really need. Learn what you really want in life. I'm very tired. I mean, I'm not very tired. Okay, not everything is black and not everything is white. There's in between. So, as there's in between in life, understand that there's an in between in life. And yeah, like, I talk a lot. I truly talk a lot. didn't know I could talk that much. When I was young, I had a radio program with my parents, and we did a radio program in which I talked about tales, like guessing activities where people had cold eyes, telling them interesting things, interesting films, interesting books they could read, they could watch, interesting activities they could do in the city, like during holiday plans. It was very cool, like extremely very cool, and that made me very happy. And I stopped doing that because basically radio plays in the city said goodbye, disappeared. And it's thank you. Then we went to the radio and that was goodbye, thank you again. So right now that's so, and I started doing radio program when I was 9 years old, up until I was like almost 12, and it was extremely good, extremely good. I can't explain how good I felt. Every week I went there and talked and talked and talked, and it was extremely amazing. And I loved it, and I miss it. I really miss it a lot. It's very cool. I always wanted to go back. There was a girl there, and she was very inspiring. She was a girl that read books. So she went there with a book and she read it. And I remember her hands were very beautiful. My hands have always been very messy. At the beginning, I bite my nails, so my nails were very short and always bitten. So my hands were not beautiful. Then I got to have my nails longer, but I had a lot of scratches on my hands because of my cats, playing with my cats. And then I had my hands okay for like from August 2011 to March 2012. March, an ex-friend of mine decided doing something, an activity, and we're very young, we're 13. So we did an activity in a park, and I got, like, let's say, injured, so I have to, on my hands, how's it called, scars. I have scars on my hands. So my hands have never been, like, the only time they have been beautiful was from August 2011 to March 2012, in my whole life. And I will never have beautiful hands. Okay. I didn't need that thing to come across my mind right now. That it's not a thing I truly think about. Just came with the idea because it was just an example. But yeah. Tomorrow I'm meeting my friends. We're going to an activity nearby this village nearby. And there's gonna be people that want to come side because they say we're volunteer groups, and this volunteer group goes to different villages. We're from different villages. When they come side, they invited us coming to their activity. That's tomorrow night. And we're gonna stay there. They're gonna be like playing some volleyball, football, basketball matches. We're gonna see them and cheering. And afterwards, we will have dinner there. Like, I will be bringing my food. Call it sandwich, like Spanish sandwich. Like, not square sandwich, long sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to say that. I mean, in English they still say sandwich, but it's not a sandwich. It's long bread, like baguette. Like this kind of sandwich. Yeah, that thing. And we will stay there, then they're gonna be playing music, so we will be dancing and everything. And so with my friends will be there, so it's gonna be cool. Thing is, I don't know if I mean, Do you remember this thing I talked about? Like this boy that was frustrated and they come side trying to approach, like talking to me. It was like, thank you, but no, like goodbye. So that boy is not gonna be there because, well, I'm not sure. They say that from that village they're gonna come 2 people only, 2 or 3. All the say I know. Yeah. I should be closing the video, but I'm very comfortable talking here. I will be looking for another topic for the following video, so I'm gonna be going out. Gonna be probably watching some videos editing this video. I'm not sure what I'm gonna be doing now. And then sleeping. I don't like sleeping. Should I go? I should go. Beautiful, cute things. Speaking tires me. Talking tires me. I'm very tired. I didn't remember that I can talk for so long, non-stop. I didn't remember I had this ability. Working, I have this ability every day. So surprising to me though. Like it's very surprising to me. That's cool. 안녕. Bye bye. 안녕.